What's up, guys? I hope you're all well. Chadio here. Happy November. That also means Happy Day of the Dead. Now, what are we doing? We're going to check out an animated history of the Day of the Dead. Let's see what it's all about. Holy crap!
Dad! Ugh, what a weird dream. Stop it. I don't think this holiday means what you think it means. Dear Tim and Moby, what is Dia de los Muertos and how did it start? From Christina. Hi, Christina. Dia de los Muertos is a Mexican holiday that falls right around Halloween. In Mexico, it's known as Dia de Muertos, without the los. That probably got added when Mexican immigrants brought the holiday to the U.S. The name was translated into English and then back again. But in both countries, you'll see similar signs of celebration, like skull-shaped candy, playful skeletons, decorated altars, or face painting like on Moby here. In Mexican tradition, it's a time when the dead visit the world of the living. No, it's not like Halloween.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, both holidays include spirits of the dead. But on Dia de Muertos, they're not out for revenge or shaking you down for candy. They're ancestors, like grandparents or great-grandparents, or family friends, or even just famous faces. Once a year, they return to spend time with loved ones, like a big reunion. You'll see different traditions depending on where you are in Mexico. Some cities really blow it out with huge parades and festivals. But it's really a family holiday. The roots of the festival go back to at least the days of the Aztec Empire.
Wow.
Its people, the Mexica, ruled central Mexico starting around the 1300s. For them, death was just another phase of life, and the dead mixed with the living. Warriors who died in battle became flowers, hummingbirds, or monarch butterflies. But when regular folks died, their spirits had to make a difficult journey through the underworld, the land of the dead. Mourning their deaths was considered insulting, and tears made the path slippery. And they relied on their families for food, drink, and supplies along the way. The Aztecs celebrated the queen of the underworld every summer. There were parades, feasts, and shrines piled high with flowers, gifts, and food. Yeah, well, when the Spanish arrived in the 1500s, they didn't like this one bit. They were there to conquer the Americas, convert its people to Catholicism, and bring back mucho gold. So they set about wiping out Aztec religion, banning their gods, burning their sacred books, and outlawing their religious holidays, which the Spanish considered barbaric. But the two cultures had way more in common than the Spanish wanted to believe. Where the Mexica had many gods, the Spanish had many saints, which they celebrated on All Saints' Day, November 1st. And on November 2nd, they celebrated a Christian holiday called All Souls' Day. It was a time to remember and pray for those who had died, with parades, feasts, and shrines piled high with flowers, gifts, and food. Sound familiar? So instead of disappearing, the Aztec traditions just kind of rebranded. They moved to the fall and merged with the Catholic holidays. Dia de Muertos became a time to spruce up the family plot. Ofrendas, or altars piled with offerings, were built right into the cemetery. Families would spend the whole night there, while also eating, drinking, listening to mariachi music, and generally having a good time. These days, most Mexicans don't live close to the family cemetery, so it's easier to make the ofrendas at home. Well, the basic setup includes candles and Mexican marigolds, or cempasúchil. Both are there to attract spirits and guide them to the altar. Cempasúchil means flower of the dead in the Aztec language of Nahuatl. They're bright and super fragrant and have grown wild in central Mexico since Aztec times. But that's just the bare, bones. There might also be copal incense, which Aztec temples used to purify the soul, or an arch of papel picado, traditional paper cutouts. This marks the doorway to the spirit world. Paper was sacred to the Aztecs, and they used tons of it in rituals. And front and center, in a place of honor, pictures of the family's loved ones. Ofrendas should include their favorite things, like foods or reminders of their hobbies, even sports teams. These personal items help the spirits feel at home. For the living, there are traditional dishes made just for Dia de Muertos. Pan de Muertos, or bread of the dead, are glazed sweet rolls with a design of crossed bones on top. And calaveritas, or little skulls, are decorated sugar skulls. They're given to little kids, with their names written on top. Calaveras, or skulls, are also the name of a kind of poem friends exchange on the holiday. They're like epitaphs, words written about someone after they die. But they're playful. You're supposed to tease your friends a little in them. There once was a nerdoid named Tim. Moving on. You may see a lot of this lady. La Calavera Catrina is like the symbol of Dia de Muertos. Skulls were a big part of Aztec festivals and everyday colonial Mexican life. In the 1800s, cemeteries would display real skulls on shelves.
Wow.
They actually had to do that because the grave sites were getting overcrowded. So, a few years after burial, skeletons would be dug up to make room. Hey, I told you, it's not a scary holiday.
Meep. Okay. All right. I was hoping it'd be a little bit more informal than that, but I got the gist of it. That's interesting. That's pretty cool that both the Spanish and the Aztecs had a very similar holiday right around the same time. So it makes sense that I think it's a 2-day ordeal, or 2-day party, 1st and 2nd of November. But yeah, very happy I watched that. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. With that being said, I want to thank you all for watching. Stay safe, and don't forget to wash your hands. Bye.